Prison. It's a world entirely separate from the one you know. Time moves differently here. The air is thick with tension, fear, and a strange sense of camaraderie. I've lived in this world, felt its weight on my shoulders. There's an unspoken language, a code that dictates every interaction, every decision, and at the heart of it all, surprisingly, is paperwork. You see, when you enter the system, you become a file, a number. But that file, that paperwork, holds the key to your experience inside. It dictates how you're treated, who you can trust, and even how you survive. Forget what you see on TV. In here, the most dangerous thing isn't always a shiv. It's ignorance. Ignorance of the rules, ignorance of the power dynamics, and most importantly, ignorance of the stories etched in every inmate's paperwork. The moment you step off the bus and into the yard, eyes are on you. They're sizing you up, assessing the threat you might pose or the vulnerability you represent. And believe me, those eyes know exactly where to look for that information, your paperwork. In prison, knowledge is power. And the most valuable knowledge is held within the lines of your criminal record. It details your charges, your sentence, your history. This isn't just bureaucracy, it's the foundation of the prison hierarchy. Those who've committed crimes against women or children, they're at the bottom, the lowest of the low. Their paperwork paints a target on their backs, a warning to everyone else. And then there are the drug offenses, the thefts, the assaults. Each charge carries its own weight, its own place in the pecking order. Understanding this unspoken hierarchy is crucial for survival. It determines who you can talk to, where you can sit in the cafeteria, even which jobs you're allowed to have. Ignore the silent language of paperwork, and you'll quickly find yourself on the wrong side of the yard, facing consequences you never could have imagined. The nature of your crime follows you like a shadow in prison. It's the first thing people ask about, the filter through which they view every word you say and every move you make. I've seen firsthand how a single sheet of paper can change the entire course of an inmate's life inside. There was a woman I knew, Sarah, sweet, quiet, kept to herself. She was in for drug possession, a small-time offense. But then word got around about her paperwork, about how her charges stemmed from a car accident, an accident that had taken the life of a child. The atmosphere shifted. People who had been friendly turned cold. The whispers started. Sarah became an outcast, ostracized for a past she couldn't escape. The weight of her charge, the unspoken judgment of the other inmates, it was suffocating. It's a stark reminder that in here, everyone has a story, and those stories have a way of defining you, whether you like it or not. Section 4. Trust, the only currency. In a place where freedom is stripped away, trust becomes the most valuable currency. But trust is a fragile thing, easily broken and even harder to earn back. You learn to read people quickly, to gauge their character by their actions, their words, and yes, their past. There's a saying inside, you can tell a man's true character by how he treats those who can do nothing for him, and it's true. You see the guys who prey on the weak, who use intimidation and fear to get what they want. They might have power, but they don't have respect. And then there are the ones who treat everyone with dignity, who offer a helping hand without expecting anything in return. Those are the people you want in your corner, the ones who understand that in this concrete jungle, trust is the only thing that keeps you sane. Section 5. The phone knows. Here's a secret they don't tell you about prison technology finds a way. Cell phones, smuggled in through who knows how, become lifelines to the outside world. But they also serve another purpose, verifying the stories etched in those all-important files. When a new inmate arrives, it doesn't take long for someone to get their hands on a phone. They look up news articles, court records, anything to confirm or deny the charges. It's an informal vetting process, a way to protect themselves from potential danger or deceit. I've seen guys get moved to different cell blocks, even threatened, all because of what someone found online. It's a harsh reality, but it highlights the importance of honesty in a place where deception can have dire consequences. Section 6. Beyond these walls. My time inside taught me many things, but the most important lesson was this. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their past. The criminal justice system is flawed, no doubt about it. But it's up to us, as a society, to look beyond the labels, beyond the paperwork, and see the human beings behind the bars. The stories I've shared, the glimpses into this hidden world, are meant to educate, to challenge your perceptions, and to spark a conversation. Because true justice doesn't end with a guilty verdict. It begins with understanding, compassion, and a commitment to rehabilitation. It's time we start looking at the bigger picture, at the systemic issues that lead to incarceration in the first place. Only then can we hope to break the cycle of crime and create a more just and equitable society for everyone.